Motorcycle touring is all about comfort, all about amenities, and quite a bit about style as well. Hi, I'm Robert with NewTo2, and on this segment of the show, we're going to look at touring motorcycles. What classifies as a touring motorcycle, and what you can do to turn any motorcycle into a touring ride. In the motorcycle industry, touring is defined by long distance riding, doing a lot of miles down the highway, 65, 70 miles an hour. So that means you got to have a big fairing. The fairing is designed to knock the wind off of you as you go down the road. It makes for a lot more comfortable ride. Touring bikes are also extremely comfortable. They've got every possible gizmo to make your ride nice and easy as you're going down. You'll notice on this iconic Honda Goldwing, it is absolutely loaded with buttons and switches and features, all sorts of stuff to entertain you as you're going down the road and to make your trip more comfortable. But what is a touring bike? Well, the first part of a touring bike is storage capacity. On the Goldwing, it has a built-in trunk right here, has built-in saddlebags as well, and the saddlebags are set up to put in all your stuff down here, fit additional stuff up into the trunk, and you can hit the highway. So is that a touring bike? Let's look at some other options as well. One of the most popular Harley-Davidsons out there is the Touring Class Electroglide. Of course, you still have the big fairing, you still have all the creature comforts, but the brand new Harley-Davidson Tri-Glide features something that none of the other touring bikes do. That's two back wheels. The trike setup still has its trunk, still got a lot of space back here to fit everything, but check this out. You've got a whole extra boot system right in the back, and you can really fit a lot of gear back there. Of course, being a three-wheeler means that you don't have to put your feet down when you stop. It takes all that away, and a lot of new riders or folks coming back into riding really like that. You still have the comfort. You still have that classic American V-twin, and for some people, hey, it's a Harley-Davidson and it's what you got to ride. So, Elisa, tell me about, if I'm new to riding and I want to take a motorcycle for a tour, I don't have to have a touring motorcycle. What are the first things I need to do in the accessories area to add to any bike to turn it into a touring bike?
Well, any bike can be a touring machine. I would say your basic touring equipment would be the gear that you wear, and some type of bag. You want safe straps to strap your bag onto your motorcycle, depending on where you're going, how much you're packing. That depends on what level of luggage you want on the motorcycle, whether you want a motorcycle with panniers and that. But just taking a first step towards touring, let's say perfect entree into touring would be an overnight trip. And for that, you really need minimal things, some toiletries and perhaps one change of clothes for evening when you get out of your riding gear. And all that can fit in a nice small bag right on the back of your motorcycle. You don't really need that much equipment. It's actually amazing how little you need when you're on the road. One of the things that I like about these bags is that they actually come off the motorcycle. There's easy access to the contents of the motorcycle, and when you're at the end of the day and you want to go into a hotel, you check into your hotel, it's very easy to get the bag off of the motorcycle. There's a quick release latch here. It pops this thing up, and on this side there's one release over here. There's a convenient handle, and you just pull it, and this is brilliant because you can carry it right into your hotel room with you. So one of the things that I really like about traveling with the top box is that it makes really convenient access to the things that you use during your travels. This top box is great. You can stick a full-size helmet in it. I like to travel with things like extra set of gloves, some sunscreen, maybe a bottle of water up in my top case. This, very easy to use.
So you got all your stuff, you're ready to go on your first motorcycle tour, where you can't take your big duffel bag and just throw it on the back of the bike, chuck over a piece of string and hope it works out. That's just not how it works. So get your bag nice and secure, nice and balanced up there. And the rock strap system is really cool. It reaches up, it actually attaches around any tubular element, clicks into position, and is completely adjustable. Now make sure that you're set up on both sides of the bike, that it's nice and even. Put a little bit of tension in there, and that way your luggage is secured to your bike and it arrives with you when you go out on your first motorcycle tour. One of your options in the touring industry is to go to a one-stop shop, and they may have every conceivable accessory for your bike. In the world of adventure touring, and what adventure touring is continuing to tour even when the road ends, but in the world of adventure touring, Touratech makes a ton of gear for the BMW series of motorcycles. Everything from custom tank bags, GPS mounts, additional lighting, rock guards, carbon fiber, all sorts of trick stuff that you can build up your motorcycle into the ultimate touring weapon. Touratech is a one-stop shop, and there's a lot of different options out there. Doing a little bit of internet research to figure out who's got the cool stuff for your bike is definitely the way to go. If you're going on just a weekend trip or a quick overnight, you really don't need to carry a whole lot of stuff. Pretty much any motorcycle can become a touring bike through the addition of what's called a tank bag. A tank bag is simply a bag that sits on the fuel tank of your bike. And of course, some tanks are metal, some tanks are plastic. This particular GV setup is a magnetic setup, works great on metal tanks. It just snaps down. There are extra straps to help keep everything in place, and of course there's a lot of volume. It's an expandable setup, little pockets, and what's really great about a tank bag setup is it's right in front of you as you're riding, so you can get into all your stuff that you need when you're going down the road. Look for a tank bag setup and make sure that it works safely and securely on your bike when you're going for your first tour. So as we walk the floor of the international motorcycle shows, we're looking for the least touring friendly motorcycle, but you know what? You can still turn it into a touring bike. This WR250 may only be a 250cc bike, but it's got a very potent little engine, and with the addition of a couple of Yamaha factory parts, such as that side bag right there and that little top case, it's perfect for going on a weekend trip, and depending how well you pack, you might be able to go for a little bit longer on some really fun, twisty roads. Motorcycle touring is a whole lot of fun, and we've got some tips. You know, as your experience grows, your travel radius is going to grow as well. You want to have the right gear for traveling. You want to stay hydrated. Try and plan your trip and be conservative on your first few trips out there, because you never know what's going to come up on the road. You should underestimate how many miles you can cover in a day. Leave time for some adventure, avoid the bad weather, and most of all, stay flexible. Remember, touring on a motorcycle is a whole lot of fun when you've got the right equipment and you've got the right attitude. I'm Robert with NewTo2, and we'll see you down the road.